For the longest time, I had Questrade as my top pick for the best trading platform in Canada, but I have a new number one now, and I'll go over the reasons why. Hey, what's going on? It's Chris here from Wealth Awesome. A trading platform, otherwise known as a discount broker, is by far the cheapest way to invest in Canada. It edges out both robo-advisors and traditional banks. Now, to pick the best trading platform, here are a few factors that I used to evaluate which ones were my favorites. Number one was fees, which was the most important factor in my opinion. There's also customer service, things like research tools, if you're a more serious trader, and software availability. There's been a lot of fantastic recent changes to the Canadian trading platform industry, and it's all been positive. Competition has heated up, and that means better features and lower prices for Canadians. Before I jump into the list, stick around until after it is finished, and I'll go over the different ways you can use your trading platform to construct an ETF portfolio, which is becoming more popular these days. And if you get lost or want to learn more, you can check out the written article about this video on my website, wealthawesome.com. I got a link in the description. So here we go with number one, and drum roll please. Wealthsimple Trade, which I think is the best for most Canadians. So I want to explain why I changed Wealthsimple Trade to my number one choice after having Questrade, which is the number two pick that's up next, on top for several years. It wasn't an easy choice to make, but each year I ask myself, what is the best trading platform in Canada for most Canadians? Not all, most. And here's what I think the typical Canadian investor wants. I think the average Canadian keeps a relatively simple portfolio. They'll invest in some ETFs, some stocks, primarily traded either in Canadian or US exchanges. And they want to invest at the cheapest price possible using a company they trust and with an easy to use interface. And they're growing more curious about cryptocurrencies, and they don't need access to advanced research tools. Also, I don't think most of the Canadians are heavy volume traders and won't invest in things like option trading or individual bonds. So I estimate that between 50 to 70% of Canadians fall into that description. And if that above description matches you, then Wealthsimple is the perfect trading platform for you because it satisfies all of those criteria. First of all Canadian stock and ETFs are completely commission-free to trade on Wealthsimple Trade. It doesn't get any cheaper than that. If you're following a passive buy and hold strategy of a portfolio of, say, ETFs and or stocks, or an all-in-one ETF portfolios, it will be completely free to make the transactions on Wealthsimple Trade. A big reason why I didn't have them as number one before was that Wealthsimple Trade didn't have access to a US dollar account, which made it less than ideal to trade US stocks with. They've now corrected that by giving you that option with a Wealthsimple Trade Plus subscription, which will launch very soon. Another big reason I didn't have it as number one before was it didn't have a desktop trading app, which I prefer to do all my trading on a desktop versus mobile, but they corrected that by adding that in last year. I've moved a lot of my investments over to Wealthsimple Trade, and it's an excellent and easy to use platform. Although there are some features lacking and it's not the best platform for all Canadians, I do believe it's the best for most of us, and that's why I have it as my number one pick now. So here's a summary of some of the pros of Wealthsimple Trade: as $0 commission-free trades when buying or selling stocks and ETFs. You can also buy fractional shares on select stocks such as Microsoft, Netflix, and Tesla. You can also purchase cryptocurrencies. Downsides of it are you can't buy things like bonds, international equities, GICs, or options. RESP, RIF, and Lira and other registered accounts aren't available. So do use Wealthsimple Trade if you want to invest for the lowest trading fees possible and you just need a bare bones trading platform. But don't use Wealthsimple Trade if you want to trade international stocks, bonds, or options, or you need advanced research tools. I have a link in the description below for a $50 cash sign-up bonus for Wealthsimple. My second pick for the top trading platform in Canada is Questrade, which is a very well-rounded pick. So Questrade is a solid second pick for the best trading platform in Canada. The company has competitive fees, fantastic customer support, research tools, and a variety of trading platforms for beginners to pros. I've personally been using Questrade for almost a decade now and have had nothing but great experiences with the company. The reports are easy to understand and ETF purchases are free, but ETF sales are not. The Questrade dividend reinvestment plan, otherwise known as DRIP, automatically reinvests all my dividends. It's easy to set up and saves me quite a lot of time. Questrade is also great for trading US stocks because you only need to pay the foreign exchange conversion fee once, and there are no fees for opening a US dollar account. It also has the great selection of accounts available. I currently hold my locked-in retirement account, otherwise known as the Lira with Questrade. It's nice that they offer such an uncommon account because a lot of other trading platforms don't. So there's something for everyone with Questrade. If you trade more frequently, you can purchase more advanced trading packages that come with better research tools and a cheaper per trade rate. For those who find my #1 pick of Wealthsimple Trade is lacking some of the features or accounts you use, I would suggest taking a look and using Questrade instead. Or you could take an example from me and use both. So do use Questrade if you are a beginner to advanced trader, need a robust desktop app, and want to trade either Canada or US stocks and ETFs. All right, so some pros about Questrade. I'll go over it again. $0 commission ETF purchases. US stock trading has no annual or quarterly fees. Professional market research tools available, and drip is available as well. Some of the cons are that ETF sales are not commission free, neither are the stock trades. Mobile app has pretty low ratings on both iOS and Android, and there are ECN and FX fees on certain trades, which can add up as well. I have a special offer, $50 of free stock trades with Questrade in the link below. Third up is Interactive Brokers Canada, which is my best choice for advanced traders. I had Interactive Brokers as my #2 choice last year, but I rethought it this year because I realized that it doesn't satisfy that many Canadians' trading needs. So I would estimate it probably is good for maybe 5 to 10% of Canadians. And the reason it only satisfies that small percentage of Canadians is that it's for advanced traders mostly. It has the cheapest trades for high volume traders. And if you're looking to dabble in things like options and looking for, say, the best options trading platform in Canada, the company has by far the lowest fees for options. And if you're, say, a day or swing trader looking to trade large quantities, Interactive Brokers has the best day trading platform with the most robust tools. But beware, because it is also one of the most complicated. And for the Forex traders out there, IB also has what I think is the best Forex trading platform in Canada, and the foreign currency exchange rates are very low. There used to be a whole bunch of inactivity fees for smaller accounts, but IB has gotten rid of that to better compete with other brokers. Beginners and those with less than $100,000 to invest, I would advise to steer clear. But for seasoned vets, I think IB is your best choice. So to summarize, do use IB if you have over $100,000 to invest, are a frequent or advanced trader, or want to trade international stocks outside of North America, or things like options. Don't use Interactive Brokers if you have a small amount to invest or are a beginner investor. Again, probably not a lot of people watching this are going to find that this is the best option. Basically, if you're a beginner trader or if you just need a simple portfolio, you're probably gonna hate IB, but if you're an advanced trader, you're gonna love it. How to construct an ETF portfolio with a trading platform. There's a couple ways to make an ETF portfolio using a discount broker, but here's a quick summary of what you can do. The first way is the easy way. And you can purchase a single all-in-one ETF portfolio that's suited to your risk tolerance and investment goals. For example, there's Vanguard's VGRO or VBAL or iShares XGRO. And that's it. You don't need to rebalance or worry about buying multiple ETFs. And the MERs will be only around 0.2 to 0.25% only. The harder way is you can purchase multiple ETFs, which will usually be a mix of equity and bond funds. For example, if you have $10,000 to invest and you want to make a similar ETF portfolio to VGRO, which is an 80% equity and 20% fixed income split, you could buy something like this. 40% US equity fund, 20% into your Canadian equity fund, 10% in your international equity fund, and 20% into a bond fund. And the benefit of this approach is it will be cheaper with MERs around 0.07 to 0.15%. But the downside is you will have to rebalance this portfolio periodically, so it is slightly more time consuming than the all-in-one solution. In either approach though, my #1 choice is still Wealthsimple, as it has $0 commission ETF buys and sells. Since you made it this far, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future tips and content. Also be sure to check out the blog wealthawesome.com. I have way more trading platform reviews on it, and it's one of Canada's leading personal finance blogs. It goes into this topic into way more detail, and there's also a lot of other topics for you to take a look at. And as always, thanks for listening.